Hello! Back again. We are now playing a new game here. This is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles RPG, or TMNT RPG. This is the second game I ever created. I feel like this one's a little bit more polished than the first one I made. I made it over the course of 2 years. I've been a fan of the Turtles since I was a wee youngin', and now I finally got to a point where I could make a game about it, I guess, so why not? There's me, and my so-called production company again. So my friend Ron and I wrote out the whole game, like, the plot of it and the story, and then I went and actually made the game. So that's where the created by two people came in. Just a fan game, really made just by me and with some help of some other people, obviously. But so for a one-person game, I'm pretty happy with it. I'll try to do some voices here.
Decades ago in Japan, there existed a ninja clan known as the Foot. Among the Foot's ranks was Hamato Yoshi, my owner.
Terrible Splinter voice already.
From my cage, I would mimic Yoshi's movements.
The sore throat doesn't help the voicing. That's alright.
Hamato Yoshi often clashed a fellow member of the clan, Oroku Nagi, over the love of a woman named Tang Shen.
Terrible voice. Alright, I'll try to do better.
When it became clear that Tang Shen only loved Yoshi, Nagi arrived at their home and savagely beat her.
Dick. Damn. Comics are violent.
She was saved by Yoshi, who in a moment of rage killed Nagi with his bare hands.
So these are all clips from the original actual comic, so this isn't a made-up story.
Knowing the Foot Clan would not accept the murder of one of their members, Yoshi, Tang Shen, and I fled to New York City. Meanwhile, the Foot continued to train Nagi's younger brother, Oroku Soki.
Sorry if this voice is also borderline racist. I'm trying my best, I swear.
Fueled by a thirst for vengeance, Saki eventually became a high-ranking member of the organization and adopted the mantle of the Shredder. One night, Yoshi returned home to find his home ransacked, Tang Shen lying dead on the floor. Oroku Saki then killed Yoshi with his blades.
Yeah, really violent, the original comic. It's amazing how kid-friendly the cartoon became.
For many years, I would never see the Shredder again, until one day when I had grown stronger, I found where Shredder lived, or worked, or I don't know what that last word. In a reckless act of revenge, I went after him. I was captured, putting my sons in the greatest danger of their lives.
Anybody who played the original... Whoever played the original, arcade game, this scene might seem familiar. And the music stolen straight from it, so.
God, I love being a turtle!
Oh, I'm gonna have to work on that Mikey voice. That was terrible.
Let's go save Splinter!
Good old Leo. Man, these voices are already bad. So, role-playing style game. I don't think there's too many, at least mainstream turtle games that are like this. They're all action-oriented. So maybe the turtles don't actually lend themselves well. Maybe they don't actually lend themselves very well to role-playing, but I think it worked out okay in this game, so I don't see why a big company couldn't actually do this type of game properly. I don't know if people like RPGs anymore, I guess that's the problem. I just don't see them anywhere. They're all MMOs and action RPGs and what have you. Not too many turn-based RPGs out there. So this combat style of my first game was very Dragon Warrior-esque. This one I tried aiming at least more so to be more Final Fantasy-esque, like 2 and 3, or in Japan, what is it, 4 and 6. Just a little bit more so anyway, so it's not so straightforward, a little bit of variance to it. I think it just looks better. Those are the games I love the most anyway. Like Final Fantasy 3/6, easily one of the best games. Personal opinion. I know it's really going out on a ledge on saying that one. Everyone loves that game, but I figured going for more of a style behind that worked a little bit better. As you can see that the ATB, which is our active time battle, is kind of in that same sense, as opposed to just everyone goes in the same turn. And then you have your health and ninjutsu power, I believe, is what it's supposed to be an NP if you can't read it. Leveled up. And I like this. I like the after battle menu thing here, and then it even goes through, it shows levels up and what everything you gain. Pretty sweet. Although it does still say max MP, magic attack, and magic defense. Well, that's a problem. I should probably change that. So there's one mistake already. I actually had someone who volunteered to go through and play this whole game for me. He played through it a couple times even, as like a game tester to find bugs and stuff. So, I mean, no one's perfect, but that was awesome of him to do that. He just voluntarily did it, so that was sweet. And I know another thing that we missed is right there. Nunchuck Foot Ninja. Ugh, the worst. It's clearly Nunchuck. Really, so it's supposed to be. But whatever. I should probably heal, huh? Everyone's about to die. Maybe we can kill them first. This guy's gotta get an attack off and probably kill somebody. Go! Oh, Mikey! This is not a good start. I don't think I have any revives. Oh, good, we do. Oh, we start off with a lot of stuff. Alright, yeah, let's revive Mikey there so he doesn't fall behind in experience. Death removed! Take that, death. Awesome.
Each victory makes us stronger. What did our enemies drop this time?
That's a pretty weak Leo voice, but still gonna stick with it. Mikey will hopefully be better. Alright. Screen still very much from that original arcade game where you fought Rocksteady, I believe. In that one. And this one's gonna be no different. A makeshift.
Well, look what we got here.
Yeah, we got a score to settle with you little twerps.
Why is that Bebop's voice? Well,
the boss will be so proud if we catch you guys.
Yeah, let's get him.
where did that voice come from for Bebop? That was terrible. Whatever, it's fine. Alright, do we have any ninjutsu? So we have healing status ailments and healing a little bit of health. And that's just to yourself. That's why they all start off with it. So, we don't have any abilities, at least yet, that can allow us to heal other people. That will eventually be Donnie's task. He ends up being our healer in this game. So I kind of had to pick a general trope for each of these guys to have. I mean, I think I know the Turtles characters pretty well. I've known them since for forever. I've read some of the original comics. I keep up to date with some of the new cartoons and comics and stuff. Not religiously, but, you know, enough. So I think I know the characters a little bit. So Donnie very much fits that healer trope. Raph is very much just the brute force tank damage dealer. Mikey is more the he's the trickster, right? So he kind of does more of the status ailment stuff, the negative status ailments to the enemies. So he can blind them and poison them and all that sort of stuff. Leo, also very good at damage output, but he also has a couple team buffs, so he can kind of boost up the team a little bit. So he's kind of like the paladin of the group. Raph's kind of the barbarian, kind of got the cleric and Donnie, and Mikey's kind of the not really black mage because he doesn't really have any like spells, like he doesn't learn fire or anything. But I'm getting a little, as nerdy as it can be to be playing a game that I made myself, I'm getting a little nerdy in the RPG tropes. So Mikey's kind of the, I don't know, the jester, I don't know what, the trickster, that's the best I can describe it, I guess. But right now, I say that, but everyone has the same abilities. Sure, their stats are a little bit, but once they start learning abilities, those attributes of each of them kind of come out a little bit more. As time goes on, you can see, and I can even show you in a minute what abilities can be learned for each of them, at least to start off the game. Spoiler alert, that changes later. You can start learning some new stuff later. But these guys are pretty easy, kind of our first mini boss. And those sprites, those are Those were custom-made sprites. For the most part, I found most all of the sprites that I would need for this game just online. But some of the character-specific ones, like all the Turtles characters here, were actually made by Ron, who was the guy who helped co-create the game. But the battle sprites here are clearly stolen from some of the other video games. But the sprites that were on like the overworld before the battle were made by another guy who helped kind of chime in that I've never met before, just met online. He was able to make a couple sprites for me. I can kind of point them out as we go. But they all turned out super, super good. I liked them a lot. So I was really happy that I was able to find somebody who has some sort of artistic ability, because God knows I don't. Any sprite work I did in this game was all copy and paste from other things and kind of just edit a little bit. Because I can't make stuff very well. Alright, defeated them. That was good.
Level up. Well, that was fun, especially in a win.
That's still weak. That's still terrible, Mikey. I'm gonna have to work on that. Ooh, we gained 2 levels for everybody.
Everyone must be jealous of me.
Man, I don't know how to do a Mikey voice. That's terrible. See those sprites that just disappeared. He made those, and they turned out really, really well. Everyone gained a whole bunch of levels. So let's go into our skills here. Let's go to. So what we're looking at here, real quick. You got your level, your health, your ninja power, and you got TP, or turtle power, and there's kind of like a little tutorial on this in a little bit, but might as well show you. So I've gained 3 levels, so I have 3 TP that I've learned. So I can go into my learn skills and look at all the things I can learn. See, those first 2 are already learned, and all of these have kind of a cost, so it kind of acts as a currency. I want Cure. I want to be able to heal everybody, so I'm going to learn Cure, because I couldn't just make Cure be able to cure all. Once you learn Cure, Cure All becomes available for free. So now he has Cure and Cure All, so that's fantastic. So I used up my 3 on that. Let's look for everybody else's. So we had Cure, Heal, and all that sort of stuff. Leo's got a couple more things that he can learn here. He's got Weapon Break, Armor Break, so kind of lower, kind of buffer things in here. Defensive Formation, Rally Cry. Quicken, increase agility, precision strike, which can be helpful too. I like these guys personally, the weapon break and armor break, so I'm going to use one of these. Don't have enough for both, so we'll just pick one of them. Let's do weapon break. I'm sure they can't hit me quite as hard. Let's see what Raph's got here. He's got a couple things. Nothing too expensive, obviously. So how about we just do a strong attack and sure, broad swing. And Mikey, what does Mikey got here? So he's got a whole bunch of status ailment stuff. Greatly boosts agility, then you got sleep, paralyzed, confused, dark, poison, a whole bunch of good stuff. So how about we do dark so people can't hit me? That's helpful. And then now that we have the skills to do that, let's heal. Good job, Donnie. No problem. Alright, let's save it up. Alright, this has been going for a couple minutes, so we're going to be going up this elevator here, and then we're going to really get into the rest of how the game starts up here. So I feel like we're just getting into the game, and part 1's already going to be over here. So we'll see. The next part will probably end up being longer, because I don't think there's going to be a natural break in there quite as easily. So this will be the spot where I stop for part 1, and I will be back for part 2 in the next one. So I'll see you then.